Okay, to be completely honest with you guys, I totally forgot that No More Heroes 3 was dropping on the Switch this month. Yes, I know I was super excited for the game when they first revealed it because how much I love the wacky and over-the-top action of the first game. And then I remembered, I never played the second installment of the series, so I rushed to the Nintendo eShop to download No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. And well, here we are. So back in action is Suda51, and just like No More Heroes 1, the wacky humor, the anime tropes, and the over-the-top action is all here. The version that I'm reviewing for this video is the Nintendo Switch version, which can be found digitally on the eShop. But if you'd rather play this on PC, you can easily download the Steam version or even check out No More Heroes 2 on Amazon's Luna, which is Amazon's cloud gaming service. Very interesting. So in terms of the story, this game takes place roughly 3 years after the events of the original game. After Travis becomes the top assassin in the UAA, Travis returns to Santa Destroy to duel out with the brother of someone he assassinated in the past. In that same night, a group of unknown killers run down on Bishop, the owner of the video rental store from the first game. This acts as the main motivation for Travis to track down the #1 assassin, Jasper Bat Jr. The one thing that I love about No More Heroes, it doesn't take itself too serious. They make many attempts to break the fourth wall and many jokes that some of you may find enjoyment in. Characters like Henry, Shinobu, Naomi, and Sylvia all make a return here, and of course we have new bosses to fight as we get revenge for our friend. Now the game claims there are 50 bosses. Spoiler alert, you are not fighting 50 bosses, but I won't harp on that too much. Now when we look at No More Heroes 2, right off the bat, I want to highlight some of the improvements that I feel they made in comparison to the first title. Number one, the presentation. This game is a huge step up. I felt like they added more detail to the environments and the character models. They also made progression much easier. You no longer have to hit a quota to fight bosses, which allows you to spend your hard-earned cash on new weapons and a gym membership at Ryan's gym. I also think the 8-bit minigames are fun and a nice addition. I really enjoy capturing bugs, cooking steaks, and even the coconut minigame. I had so much fun with these and I love the throwback to the NES era, so all good there. In terms of the combat, Travis is much stronger and refined in this game. Not only is it easier to chain combos, but it also feels much smoother. Travis sometimes feels overpowered, and if you were like me and maxed out Travis's stats in the gym, enemies will fall down quick. Travis also has multiple sabers and swords that he can use, with my favorite being the dual beam katanas. Ecstasy moves make a return, and this just brings the carnage even more. Now the boss fights is where this game actually kind of falls short for me. There were some cool ideas, but considering the game is noticeably easier than the first, I found myself fighting many of these bosses on autopilot. The game attempts to switch things up by allowing you to play as one of my favorite characters, Shinobu, for 2 boss fights, and Henry for 1. Shinobu's combat is on point, and I love playing as her, minus the platforming sections, which is very awkward to control. You only have Henry for one of the boss fights, and it's a shame because he has some really cool abilities like the dodging and the projectiles. The soundtrack for this game is great, and I actually enjoyed this OST more than the first title. It's a vibe for real. Tracks like Kill or Be Killed is the perfect example of that, which is the track I'm using for this review. No More Heroes also has an anime series and a tie-in game for that anime series in the game itself. So it's also really cool to see, and I hope they expand upon that in No More Heroes 3. Overall, No More Heroes 2 was a fun, short experience. The game only took me roughly 8 hours to complete, and that was with me doing extra side stuff, but I had fun nonetheless. The improved presentation, the battle system, and the progression system were all welcome. Even though the bosses are not as memorable or challenging as the ones in the first title, I still had fun. As we get closer to No More Heroes 3's release date, I hope you all give the first 2 games in this series a try. You may find some enjoyment in each title. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.